Ooh, this woman is going to take the CELPIP exam, and she's studying for task 6 of the speaking part of the exam. And task 6 is a difficult situation. Here's the question she's looking at. Your company is hosting a charity event tomorrow. Your boss has asked you to organize the event. You suddenly get a call from your friend asking for urgent help because his basement has flooded. Do you know what a basement is? A basement is the part of your house below ground, underneath the ground, okay? And flooded means it has gotten water damage. Okay? It's a very loud airplane flying over my house and I can't concentrate. Have you ever had that where you're doing something and something comes in your way, or some sound, or you see something that distracts you? Like, I like watching tennis, and sometimes in like the final matches, the tennis players are really tense, and when they go to serve, they throw the ball, but someone in the crowd shouts something, and then they lose their focus. So that's the same with me. I live very close to the airport, so sometimes when a plane flies over, I lose my focus because I hear this very loud noise. Anyway, so flooded means that water has come into the basement and has damaged the basement. It's a very common problem in North America here. A lot of homes have water damage and they have flooded basements. Okay, so you should know that if you come to Canada. Okay, so either call your friend and tell him you can't help him, or call your boss and explain your friend's situation. Okay, so you need to either call your friend or call your boss. Very often, task 6 will be like this, okay, where you'll have to call one person or another person. So you need to choose which person you want to call. Now, hey, this question is one of the questions in my book called CELPIP Speaking Practice, and it has over 100 questions and answers and tips and vocabulary. So I think this book will really help you increase your score on the speaking part of the exam. Hey, if you'd like a copy of my book, you can just go on my website, metv.cool, and you can pick up a copy for yourself. Okay, so this question is a little bit longer than the other question. I mean, the preparation time is a little bit longer than most of the other questions on the speaking part of the test, right? You have 60 seconds. In most of the other parts, you just have 30 seconds. And you have 60 seconds to speak. Okay, so here are my tips that I give for this question in my book. Okay, you have a minute to think. Stop and breathe for a few seconds. Stop and breathe. You know, the CELPIP speaking test goes by really quick. You know, one question, then another question, then another question. You don't have time to rest. Okay, remember to breathe. Take a few deep breaths if you can in between questions and on questions where you have a little bit longer time to think. So for this one, you have 1 minute. So you can take a few breaths while you think about this, right? So think about which will be easier. Will it be easier to talk to your friend or to talk to your boss? Okay, briefly think about what you would say for each option. Then make a decision and take a few notes. So here's what my notes would look like. I would choose to call my friend. Okay, and here are my reasons. I would say, I have no idea how to fix water damage. So if a house has water damage, I mean, what would I do? You know, if I go help him, I mean, how am I going to help? Okay, I have a big opportunity for work. Okay, like there's this charity event. If it goes really well, maybe my boss will give me a promotion. So that's pretty important for me, okay? Will help financially. Okay, I'll be willing to help my friend financially if he needs help. You know, maybe I can offer him some some money or offer to pay for some professional to come and fix his basement or something like that, okay? So those would be just my rough notes, okay? You don't have time to take huge notes, just really brief notes. There's another airplane flying over. Okay, so how should you start this question? Well, you should start, or how should you start the answer, okay? You should start by saying the person's name, right? Like you're calling them on the phone. Hi, Andrew, it's Carson calling here. I'm so sorry to hear that your basement flooded, okay? So when we talk to someone on the phone in English, we identify who we are, right? That's important for phone conversations. If you're in person, if you're talking to someone in person, you don't need to identify yourself because they can see you. But sometimes when you call someone, they don't know who's calling right away. So it's polite to identify yourself. Hey Andrew, it's Carson calling here. I'm so sorry to hear that your basement flooded. Then in this situation, it's good to offer some empathy. Okay, if they're going through a problem, to say, hey, I'm really sorry to hear that you're sick. Okay, or it could be if it's a positive thing, hey, I'm really happy to hear that you're getting married next month. Wow, congratulations. Or I'm really happy to hear that you're coming to Canada soon for a visit. I'm really excited to see you. Unfortunately, you can't stay at my house. Okay, so however you're going to say that. But it's good to have something here after your introduction, to have some piece to acknowledge what they're going through. Okay, what's going to happen. Okay? So how should you end this answer? Well, here's how I would end it. Thanks so much for understanding my situation. I'd be happy to swing by on Saturday to see how things are going. Okay, swing by means to go to their house. If I say I'm going to swing by your house on Saturday, that means I'm going to come to your house just to see how things are going. Okay, so it's very nice to thank someone for their understanding when you told them that you can't help them. They wanted something from you, but you sort of rejected them. So you've given your reasons, you've explained your situation. Now you should say, thanks so much for understanding my situation. Then you can give them something to show them that you want to help them, or you're going to do your best. Okay, so in this situation, you're saying, hey, I'd be happy to swing by on Saturday to see how things are going. Or you can say, I'd be happy to help out in any way I can in the next few days. I can't tomorrow because tomorrow is the big event at work, right? If you were talking to your boss, you could say the same thing. Hey, thanks so much for understanding my situation. I'll try to help out in any way I can for this event today. Unfortunately, I can't for tomorrow, but today, right? So you're offering something, I'll try my best to do whatever I can today to help out. Or you could say, I'll try my best to prepare for the next event. I know we're having another event next week. I'll try my best to work really hard to prepare for that event, or something. You're giving them some message that you want to try. Right? You can't now because it's a difficult situation. These situations happen all the time in real life, right? That's why the CELPIP people chose this as one of the things to test you on. Okay, so here's my answer in my book. Hi Andrew, it's Carson calling here. I'm so sorry to hear that your basement flooded. To be honest, I don't know anything about fixing water damage. I think it would be best to leave that to professionals. I can help you financially if you need it. I actually have an important event at work tomorrow, which is why I don't think I can be there to support you. I'm in charge of a charity event, and I think if the event is successful, my boss will give me a promotion. I really need that right now because I feel stuck in my career. If I can get this promotion, that will be a huge breakthrough for me. I really need a higher salary because I'm taking care of my parents right now. Thanks so much for understanding my situation. I'd be happy to swing by on Saturday to see how things are going. Okay, so there you've given some reasons why you can't help him. He asked you, but you're just trying as politely, as nicely, as sensitively as you can to say no because you have to do this other thing. So I think that's a very good answer. I think you'd get a very high score if you gave an answer like this on the question. So hey, let's do some homework. Your aunt is aunt or aunt? That's the big debate. Is it pronounced aunt or aunt? It doesn't matter. You can choose. Your aunt is moving this weekend and you offered to help her. You receive a message from your friends inviting you to go camping with them this weekend. So you need to call your friends or your aunt and explain why you can't make it. What do you say? You promised to help your aunt move, but your friends are going camping and you sort of want to go camping with them. What do you do? Well, I want you to tell me what your answer is down there in the comments. And remember, if you talk to your aunt, then it's the most polite way to talk to your aunt is to say, "Hi, Aunt Mary, this is Mark calling here." Okay? You don't always have to say aunt and uncle, but it's very common for people to call their aunts and uncles like that, with aunt or uncle in front of their name. Aunt Mary, Uncle Tom, with uncle and aunt we use that. Not with grandpa and grandma, not with cousins, just for uncle and aunt. Okay, so remember that. Let me know your answer to this question down there in the comments, and I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.